this?
That's Brooks.
This is Megan. Brooke, give this to Brooke. This is Kevin. Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin. Give this to Kevin. Give this to Kevin. Kevin.
Give this to Kevin. Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin. Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin.
Give this to Kevin. Here you go, Kevin. Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here.
Kevin's not here.
Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here.
What?
Hi, so the topic this week on everyone's mind is obviously change, transitions, things changing from one way to another, from one place to another, and we thought this was a good time to introduce some ideas and support that can help with that. As we saw in that video, change can throw anyone, and I think I've seen a lot of things on social media, such as this image, which show us that actually we've all had a big lesson in what it's like to be a child and have less access to information, less ways to make sense of the world, and particularly for children who've got communication difficulties or are just who are at sort of the early stages of things. It can be really difficult for them to understand what's going to happen and what's going on. And if you think about the things that you've been doing to help you deal with this strange situation that we've all been in, there's kind of three big themes to it. I know that I've been doing a lot of reading, and we've all been looking at the graphs and the news and getting sort of visual information to help us process what it is that we're hearing. So presenting things visually to your child about the fact that they might be going back to school, and when they do that it might be different, or whatever changes are happening in your household. The visual is really, really useful. As we've said before, it doesn't disappear, it's there right in front of them, for that kind of reassurance and comfort for them to keep going back and check in. And even something like, for some children, transitions of going from one place to another can be difficult. So even something like that, if you just bring in a visual countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lunch, finish, time for outside, even stuff like that can really, really just help just prepare them that something's coming, that something's different, give them a little bit of time to think about it. The second thing is that I have found myself having the same conversation lots of times with various different people. We've needed that kind of repetition and that reassurance, and children are just the same. They will need, you are their main source of information, so they will probably need to have that conversation or have you repeat that information to them a number of times, because again, we're all processing it. It's new. Anything new, you need to hear it a lot. So that's the sort of second really important thing to keep doing. And the third thing is just to make sure that you're doing something in advance, that you're trying to prepare them for something that's coming. You know your child best, so you'll know whether you need to do that just before it happens or sometime before that happens. And if you keep an eye out on our social media over the next few weeks, there will be lots of things such as social stories, which is a really simple way of laying out to a child what's likely to happen, and that it's okay for them to ask if they're not sure, and give those expectations to them in a really simple way. So just preparing them for what might be coming. We'll also be adding some little calendars and things like that you can use to show your child visually what's going on, what they'll be doing on what day. So we'll add as much as we can to that. So keep an eye out, obviously, and getting into a routine, showing them what the new routine is going to be really helpful for them too. So as we change, hopefully it's a positive move forward, but like we say, for all of us, we need to just manage it so that it's as least anxiety provoking as possible. So best of luck to everybody, and like I said, keep an eye out. We're going to try and do as many helpful things for you as we can in the next couple of weeks.